What's going on, everybody? This is your host, Drew Johnson. Welcome in to a new segment of mine, the Rundown Program Access, where I want to bring you guys and highlight some of the top programs from around the state of Florida. I got sideline access, I got the show and stuff like that, but I wanted to give you guys real insight and some exclusiveness into how they're putting in work to be successful. Today, I'm starting off in Polk County, man. Auburndale High School, the Bloodhounds are in the building. My Polk County Coach of the Year last year, Coach Antonio Thomas. He does a lot for these kids, so I wanted to come here and spotlight him. He's got 3 captains here today as well. I'm gonna let them introduce themselves, and then we'll roll into this thing. Coach, go ahead.
I'm Coach Antonio Thomas, lead dog of the pound.
Yeah.
Charles Calhoun, class of 2027, linebacker.
I'm class of 27, Tequila Edwards, wide receiver.
There you go. There you go.
T.U. Edwards, class 2029, QB.
Yes, sir. Appreciate y'all, man. As I said, we at Auburndale High School, a program that went 8-3 last year with a playoff appearance. And as I told them, man, they went on a 5-game stretch right there where they held teams with just 6 points. So I wanted to talk about that. How do they build off that momentum going into a new year? So Coach Thomas, man, as I said, my Polk County Coach of the Year last year. First of all, I appreciate you guys for having me, right? I came out to the Pro Day event last night. It's a lot of energy. I'm feeling good about this team, but I want to start with the main man, and I want to start from the beginning. Coach, take us back a little bit. As I said, you're a Polk County guy. You're an Auburndale alum. You wrestled here. You played here. So what did it mean to you, like, when you first got that phone call? Like, where were you? Take us back to, like, when you got that opportunity to come back and lead this program. Bring us back and take us to your mindset, Coach.
Well, obviously you interview, and so, the next day after my interview, I came into my classroom. I was actually like a minute late. And I came into my classroom, and then I got a buzz down. They sent somebody down to my classroom. And they was like, "Hey, Coach, they want to see you in the main office." So, like any interview or exit interview or whatever, I'm thinking in my head, like, man, I'm probably gonna get some bad news, because at the time I kind of felt like I wasn't qualified, or I kind of felt like I might have not got the opportunity, just because obviously I wasn't even a coordinator. I was a D-line coach, so I felt like some of the other candidates, they probably, maybe had better resumes than me. But,
Yes,
I remember walking into the principal office, and, he was like, "Sit down," and, the AD walks in, and, they gave me the news, man. And, obviously for me, it's a big deal for me, because,
Yes,
I've been serving this community, pretty much since I've graduated.
Yes, sir.
From high school, I've been serving this community. Even when I went off to college, I would come back and speak to the team every spring, and, spend time with the guys. So
Yes,
it really, it resonates with me. This is home, and I love this place.
Yes, sir. And I kind of want to expand on that, right? Because a lot of people know about Polk County football, or they hear that if you stay or you live in this state, but it's something unique, man. When you come through these youth football programs, and it's competitive. As soon as you walk out the door, it makes you who you are as a man. And I want Coach to talk about that. As I said, you grew up here, you played through these youth programs, you wrestled here. You're a Polk County boy. Like, how does that carry on to how you move, not only as a man, but as a head coach?
Well, I understand the importance of youth football. Me playing here in Auburndale locally,
Yes, sir.
Throughout until my last year, of youth football. But it's really important, like getting the kids out, being coached by different people and learning different coaching styles.
Yes, sir.
Because, again, that's what helped mold me. My youth football coach is probably my most influential coach. One of my most influential coaches throughout my career, as far as, character development.
Yes, sir.
And obviously my youth football coach, he came in my life whenever my parents was going through it, and and like I say, he definitely filled in that void, what I mean, for me. So, youth football is definitely important, and it definitely helps the kids. I'm sure each of these guys played youth ball, and that's why they are the way they are.
Yes, sir.
So, it's definitely important for your development for any player.
And before I go on to these young men, I like to ask Coach this question. Shouts out to Dan LaForest. We're at his event, and we were on the TV, and I got to ask him this, and he gave a great answer. But I want him to come back to it, kind of reiterate for the people that's watching, and maybe even for the people that's in the community. But there's a lot of high schools and whatnot in our community that people know about, but it's something different about this school, man. It's a different energy. It's a different feel when you put that jersey on, when you wear that Bloodhound logo. You've done it. You've seen what it takes, but, like, what does it mean to you for the people that's watching? Like, what does it mean to be an Auburndale Bloodhound?
I mean, it's personal. From the time I wake up every morning, I'm excited about getting up out my bed and, getting to the school so I can see these guys, and so that I can make sure they getting better each and every day. It's real personal with me. Like it's my pride and joy. Like I tell anybody, I love these kids. It's more than me just, being a guy here, and directing them to do things. It's these are my kids. You know what I mean? Like if they hurt, I hurt. You know what I mean? Like if they ain't doing right, I'm hurting because they not doing right. You know what I mean? If they screwing up, it hurt me. It's more than just, oh man, do better. It's like, bro, I need you to do better because, it's bigger than you. It's bigger than me. You know what I mean? And again, this is a tradition we trying to build, our own tradition. So again, like it's personal. It's real personal. All these guys, anytime I'm dealing with anything, and my wife, she's pretty much, and I'm going off script a little bit,
good,
but
man.
my wife know how I get with me. Like, when I get home, I'm watching football. I'm going back, I'm reviewing old tape and what this guy could have did better. And, I'm hitting my coaches up and, I'm on the phone with these coaches. I mean, I probably bug each coach, like, hey, this dude need to be better. Like, you got to work with them. You know what I mean? Let's make sure we're maximizing their potential. So it's very personal with me. And each and every one of them will tell you, like, in the weight room, they screwing up, I'm going to tell them. And especially these three, you know what I mean? Like, because I understand, to whom much is given, much is required.
Yes, sir.
And each of these guys, especially Calhoun, these guys are my leaders. Like, these guys, these are programmed guys. And I feel like, if they ain't doing right, then the other guys behind them ain't going to do right. You know what I mean? If they out there screwing off, then everybody that's watching them, because even my son, he's watching everything they do.
Yes, sir.
So if they screwing up and they still having success, he going to feel like he can screw up and still have success. So I got to make sure, we tight, so that way when the moments get here and we plan, your Lakelands, your Lake Wells, your Osceolas, we ready for those moments. Because those moments are not built in those moments. Those moments are built before those moments. So I got to make sure, they tight before those moments arrive, so that when the moment get there, it's not too big for them.
This is why I started here, right? Y'all hear the energy? Y'all hear the passion? It's head coaches, man. They do this, man. That's why I like to highlight guys like this, because those traits translate not only to the football field, it translates to the household. It's bigger than football. We'll talk about it a little bit more, but let me pass this mic, man. Let me get into these young men that I got beside me right here. I'm gonna start off with the young man, the quarterback, QB1.
Ooh.
What's up, man? This is T.O. Edwards here, class of 2029, man. But he plays well above his class, already showing those leadership qualities. But let me take you back. I took Coach back, but you stepped in last year, freshman, right?
Yes,
big time game early on. And you know what game I'm talking about. It's against the Dreadnoughts. I don't know what was going on. I was out there in the game, but I seen a guy get that call. He juking and jiving. He started throwing the ball, and he started looking better on as the game went on. And he hasn't looked back since. But I want you to take the people back, right? There's a lot of freshmen out there in the country that get that call, that might not have the opportunity or whatnot. When you got that call, when coach say, T.O., we need you. What was that moment like for you, brother?
Just pretty nervous.
Ooh, talk about it. There you go. Be honest.
I kind of got told what the game plan was the week before.
Okay.
Was to come out, run the ball, and take a shot downfield. And I was practicing that throw all week. Yeah. I knew it was coming up.
Yes, sir.
In game, perfect. Just had to catch it. That was it. Once you got in game, they got a couple of big name guys on their D-line.
For sure.
So
For sure.
I was a bit nervous coming in, but it was a bit faster than normal.
Yeah.
But I picked up on it as the game went on.
Okay.
So, yes, sir.
Ooh, that's how we start off right there. And y'all heard him. If y'all don't know, it was a play, that first play of the game right there. You know what I'm talking about. It would have been a blurred ball, but he even shook that off and stayed with it. But let's talk about shaking that off. I said you finished the season strong, playoff appearance.
Yes,
you
sir.
learned a lot last year as a young man, building leadership qualities, finding out who you are, finding out being more confident in myself. Talk about what did you learn from last season? Long year, and we here now coming into this spring. Just talk about some of the things you sharpened on to be a leader for this program.
Last year, I kind of came in with a mindset that I wasn't going to play. After the kickoff classic, I didn't get in until we got to the Lakeland game. That's when I got in. I feel like I sharpened up my leadership skills more. Watching guys like David Best, Charles Calhoun, Riley Cooper. Watching them lead the team as a whole, not just the offense, the defense, but the whole team. So yeah.
And he shouted out them OGs, man. That's what I like to see. Let me talk to your brother real quick, man. Takeo. Let me ask this guy. We're gonna move on to the athlete, the wide receiver, the speedy guy I seen yesterday. The explosion is there, brother. You look really good running your routes.
Thank you.
Let's talk about this though, man. You guys being brothers, as I told you, it's a unique situation. A lot of kids might, play with their brother or play with a sibling or whatnot, but not too many have them throwing the ball. And I get to hold them hold them accountable. Your older brother. So talk about that, unique situation you got, and how do you guys build on that chemistry together?
It feel real good having my brother as a quarterback, knowing that we have that trust and the connection. We've been throwing the ball since we were little league in the backyard. And knowing that we can go in the game together, he has the trust to give me the ball when the game on the line. It feel good.
I feel good. And then it's a big year for you, right? Yes, going into this spring, senior year. Yeah. Recruitment time, it's that time. We know what's going on with the portal and whatnot. It comes real fast, and we all know that. But what have you been working on? We talk about your brother. Like, what have you worked on? Have you kept that mentality? Like, this year, I got something to prove. Like, they're not going to sleep on me no more. What have you worked on your game to prove that, brother?
I've been working on my speed, my acceleration, my get out, my hands, things that'll make me stick out from different people.
Yeah, that's short and sweet. And I'll move on to my guy. I'll come back to you. I'll move on to my linebacker right here. Big guy. This right here is one of my favorite guys in the state, man. I'm telling you, real under the radar gym. Coaches, you get eyes on him for real, but I'm letting him tell you about himself. You've taken off, as I told you put the size on.
Yes, sir.
You've always had the confidence, as I said, but I see the technique now. I see the coverage skills as a linebacker. We know you're going to fly sideline to sideline, but talk about it, man. As I ask you, where does that hunger come from? Inner city kid, I'm an Auburndale baby. We see the chains on. We see the Polk County swag. Talk about that, though, man. What does that mentality, that mindset come when you put that helmet on?
When I put that helmet on, it just bring back memories. It's like I remember when I was a kid, I was on the sideline. Like, I ain't used to get in the game. Yeah. So when I got a chance to get in the game, like, get better, like, work, I seen that I could, be a leader on the team. Like, I could take the next step. I can go farther, with my team. Yeah. Like, with my brothers, they going to step behind me. Yeah. Through the whole way.
Let me expand on that, though, because he talked about building those leadership qualities. And I told him, I seen him last year, maybe last year before, but now he's the guy out there leading the Auburndale scream and whatnot. He's building those, he's showing those leadership qualities, not just talking about it. What do you want to prove this year? I'm the best. I'm one of the top linebackers.
This year, I just want to prove that I'm the best in the county and ain't nobody better than me. You feel me? But I got my brother Malachi stepping with me you know what I'm saying? We doing our thing this year.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Do you feel like you got the best linebacker core in the not only the state? What do you feel like?
1A, 1B.
1A and 1B. If y'all don't know.
I don't feel like nobody better than us.
Y'all don't know, man. Auburndale, they got some new faces. They got some guys returning. But they got a guy that just came over, Malachi Moore, that'll be lining up with this guy that I'm excited to see about. But let me come back over to Coach, man. Let's come back over to Coach. I want to talk about this building this program, right? Back-to-back strong seasons for you, but I know you're not satisfied, as I have right here. But what have you guys worked on in this offseason? It's different every year. As I said, transfers coming in, you lose some production. What have you built on with this group of guys to build that chemistry, to work on that camaraderie? As I said, the defense was stout. Offense looked good too, but what have you built on with this guys to lead into this spring?
Well, we building this thing with desire. We designed to be strong, designed to be tight, designed to be enthusiastic, designed to be right, designed to be together, designed to hit the right way, designed to please, designed to work, designed to be the best that we can be, and the list goes on and on. That means accountability never stops.
I want him to talk about something. He got two. I got one term here, but he got two. One's control the dash. I like that one last year, guys. And this one right here from the big guys. I know we got three, athletes right here in the linebacker. But Trent's got no AC in the trenches. Coach come from that. First, talk about that. Control the dash. Where did that start from? Tell the people what that means. And then talk about that no AC in the trenches.
Well, one of my frat brothers passed away, and I was sitting at his funeral, and the minister, he talked about the dash. Each of us have a dash on our headstone, and that means the dash is your lifespan. How long you live, and and that's kind of where I kind of picked up the acronym discipline, attitude, sacrifice, habits.
Yes, sir.
And each of us have a dash, and those things that we can control. We control how disciplined we are.
Yes, sir.
We can control our attitude, the way we treat people.
Yes, sir.
We can sacrifice whatever that is. And again, like I tell you, some of these guys got to get selfless and tell another kid, hey, man, look, you ain't doing the stuff the right way. You're not doing it how you supposed to do it. That takes sacrifice. Because again, you got to come outside of yourself for the greater good.
Yes, sir.
And then habits, just practicing great habits every day, hitting the field, training, working in the weight room. The small things that's gonna help us be successful in the long run. The habits. So that's where that come from.
Control the dash.
Controlling the dash.
And that no AC in the trenches, boy. Like, what does that mean? Is that something you carried from when you played, or like, what does that come from?
Well, it come from when I was in high school, we didn't have central air and heat in the house.
Okay, talk about it.
You know what I'm saying? And so, I understand what the struggle is, and I get it. You know what I mean? And so, being a kid, that came through the struggle, and I can smile about it now. I understand that, it ain't about the situation. You know what I mean? Like, you got to use the situation to help make you stronger.
Yes, sir.
You understand? And so, that's kind of where that come from. That's where that mentality come from. It ain't no AC in the trenches. So, I mean, we got to get it regardless. We still have to get it. So, again, obviously that has carried over because we don't work out with no AC on. Like, we don't have AC on when we working out.
Okay,
Ain't no AC on when we working out. we finna grind, you know what I mean? And like I say, if a kid in my program has never had to struggle, then that can be his struggle. He'll understand what it's like to be in a building without the AC. You know what I'm saying? So, again, that's just kind of where that mentality come from, just having that struggling, but, ultimately overcoming it. Yeah. You know what I mean? Using the struggle to overcome. So.
And I kind of want to open the floor for this because, like I said, Auburndale is a special place. We got other cities around Polk County, but how's this community? Like, how does this community understand what football can do for young men? How does its administrators understand? The parents investing into it. I got one sitting right here. A couple of them just walked in. Talk about growing up in Auburndale and the community support that you guys get, especially with this Bloodhounds program. You start off, brother.
Well, I mean, see, we in a unique situation. I mean, we got the supporters there. Yeah. And I look at it
and all that.
I look at it like this. You know what I mean? It's easy for me to walk down the street and ask, Larry at State Farms. We have something that we need to do. It's easy for me to walk down the road and be like, hey, Larry, man, look, we finna do this. Like, can you support it? And he'll support it. Just like 7-Eleven. I mean, we having a car wash, by the way. Yeah. Pull up on our car wash in a week here. But it's easy for me to walk into these businesses and ask for support so that we can raise money for the kids. Because it's all about the kids at the end of the day, making sure they have a great, experience while they playing Bloodhound football.
He gave me coach speech, but somebody take the mic. Tell me how it is to grow up in Auburndale, man. Like, what's an Auburndale kid? That for people that's looking out. Yeah, look at like Trench, man. Like, what it is, man. Like, what's it like growing up in Auburndale, man?
I didn't really grow up in Auburndale, but I can speak on it a little bit. I know,
talk about it.
The support, it's a lot of support out here in Auburndale.
There you go, Shaw. You
can go anywhere you want to go.
For sure.
And like, you tell them that you're on the football team, they'll treat you like family.
Yeah.
Like, it's a big thing. And then coming from Coach Thomas, they know Coach Thomas. They know like how a good of a leader and role model he is for us. Yeah. So they like help out, know to help out. Like.
And I'll just ask y'all this, because y'all mentioned a couple OGs, the Riley Coopers, my guy, David Best, the Darian Giles, the Tylers, there's a lot of them, the production last year, but they laid the foundation. Yeah. But for y'all, like, what is it like being in the locker room? What's the culture like for Auburndale? What's the expectations for you guys?
We pretty much on the same thing. Yeah. We was last year, we still got the same leaders. Like me, I was a leader last year too. So me being a leader this year, I know what to do, like what to get on them boys about. Like they can't be, playing in the classroom.
There you go.
Stuff like that. You got to be on them about everything.
Okay.
Because one little slip up, you could lose a game by one little slip up. You can't lose nothing.
You can lose it in life in one little slip up for real. Yeah. But it starts here for these young men. That's why I like them to expound on it. But let me ask Coach, man, because I told him this. One thing that I like what Coach does, a great job is getting these kids recruited, right? Getting these kids in front of coaches. I just talked about a pro day event last night to where he's inviting local coaches out. But I want him to talk about it for the people that's watching, for the parents that's watching, that what goes into that's not in his job description, guys. Like, but he goes above and beyond for it. But what is it for you? Like, what makes you like, I got to get my kids recruited. I got to get these inner city kids. I got to help these parents understand what it means to get a scholarship at whatever level they are. What is that for you, Coach?
I mean, well, thinking back to 2013, man, I was a footballer bust kid. I needed an opportunity. You know what I mean? There is no Coach Thomas without Auburndale football program, and there is no Coach Thomas, without the opportunity that I was provided here at Auburndale. So,
sir.
When I look at my players, I know that I have to do everything that I can in my power to get them opportunity.
Yes, sir.
I have to reach out to coaches, and not just reach out, follow up. Like, hey, if this is what you said that you're looking for, we're going to try to put it on tape, and I'm going to make sure you see that we put it on tape.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So giving some advice to somebody for real.
Yeah, so it's bigger than that, but then also it's all about relationships. I mean, I'm a genuine person, and I keep it real with everybody, and a lot of people understand that about me.
Yes, sir.
And so building that respect from different people, like, man, he a real dude. He's not just I'm not political at all. I'm not but I'm a real straightforward person. And, again, I try to build real relationships with the coaches that come through here. And, I let them know, like, hey, man, I appreciate you. Just like last night, what did I do for the coaches? I had hospitality.
Hospitality.
You know what I mean?
Yes,
I made sure y'all went over there. I made sure we had something else for y'all to eat. So,
He really did.
I try to do that with them. And that way, whenever they are coming through the state of Florida or wherever, and I'm around, they'll know, like, hey, man, Thomas, he going to look out. Okay. He's not just... he's not just about himself. He's really about his kids and making sure that everybody that come through here know that, hey, man, look, I want these kids to get opportunities. That's because, again, like I say, thinking back to 2013, shoot, I mean, like I say, we ain't had no central air and heat in the house. So, I needed an opportunity to get up out of my situation so I could better myself. That's how I look at all my players. Like, each and every one of these guys had their own struggle. And, it's my job to do everything that I can to help them get out of it.
Coach, do me a favor and pass the mic down to my offensive guys, man. Let's talk a little bit of spring ball. Let's get the people excited a little bit. I know the Auburndale community is watching, student body, all that, right? But from you guys, from your two offensive guys, what can people expect from this offense, right? Coaches right here and whatnot, but you around your guys. You got Major over there. You got Pat, a couple of more explosive guys. What can we expect from this offense, and what can people look out for as we get closer to spring?
Expect a lot of speed, like
speed,
yeah,
explosiveness, hard to guard. Let me quarterback take over. What you got?
You really expect like
look at
very balanced.
You good, brother? You good?
I would say to expect a very balanced offense.
Okay.
We could go wing T, we could go wide, we could go I formation, we could do anything and still be productive on the offense side of the ball. And, yeah.
Bring it back to him because I want to open up a little bit. Nah, hold on. What that wide receiver core? What can we expect, man? What's a goal for you? Let me ask you though. What's a goal for you, man? What you want? 10 touchdowns? What you want? 1,000 receiving yards this year? Open up a little bit, brother. Tell the people.
My goal is to get my name out there. Like,
ooh.
Like I've been the underdog every team I went to. Then I came here, time to give me an opportunity. I took full advantage of it, and I just gotta do what I gotta do to get out there.
I love that answer, man. This guy right here. Pass to my defensive guy.
I'm on defense, but I'm gonna speak on the offense side.
Yeah, hey, because he'll run a couple of y'all over too.
Yeah,
don't.
Let
me put athlete. My bad. Let me say athlete. Yeah, you're a bowling ball type bill. He's gonna run a few of y'all over. But just talk about what can we expect from what you see. You be a leader.
Started out as a running back.
That's what I said. That's what.
He was a running back. Freshman.
Well, it's about 2 years ago. I came out here and was a big kid out here running that ball, and it was Charles Calhoun.
Yes, sir.
Talk about it though. What can people expect from this team, man? You don't see it inside and out.
Yes, sir. They can expect a lot from me. I know that.
Okay.
Both sides, offense and defense. I'm gonna put on for the offense side of the ball. I'm gonna run the ball, whatever we need, hard fought downs. I'm gonna get them whatever we need. First down, goal line, touchdown. You need that. I'm in there.
What do y'all got championship? Like what y'all got, man? Y'all got district champions, or we can have a good year this year. Or y'all got state championship aspirations, or
we
what?
ain't gonna really speak on what we're gonna do. We just gonna let the game play for it,
I like the leader stepped up because your
we
boys about to
say what we gonna do.
Like
we just gonna let the game play.
We're gonna let it play out.
Yeah.
And I ask y'all this. I kind of want to have
grab the mic.
No, go. I like it. There we go. What you got?
I'm gonna say this.
What can the main man expect? What can we expect from this program? Both sides of the ball. You've been working with these kids. We just getting into the spring. Long way to go, right? We know things can happen and transpire throughout the summer period. But what can the people expect when we get close to the spring game?
I'm gonna say this. I mean, I think for us, like, we are, we underdogs in a lot of situations. We underdogs. Nobody believes in us. Nobody believes in us but us. So
let me turn them up a little.
I feel like for us, again, man, when you line it up against us, you better bring your hard hat, because this year we gonna take physical to another level on the field. And you know that's gonna be our brand, and that's what we're gonna do. Like we're gonna play ball for 4 quarters. You won't see no quit in these guys. So you know that's what I'm looking forward to. We got some great matchups on our schedule. And you know I'm looking forward to seeing how this program that we're running has grown.
For me, I was gonna say I don't want to call nothing coach, but if you got a game circle, don't throw it out there.
I'm gonna say this: we got every game circle.
There we go.
We're not gonna overlook no opponent. We're gonna respect everybody, but we're not gonna fear nobody. And we're gonna show up every play and do what we need to do. Like I said, we respect a lot of guys, and we got a lot of great opponents on our schedule. A lot of great programs, you know, that have been built throughout the years. And so, you know, we trying to build our own here at the Dell. So, you know, those are programs that we want to challenge. We want to be lined up against them because, again, for you to get better, you have to line up against the best. And, you know, iron sharpens iron. You know, again, that's what we're looking forward to the most. Great matchups that's on the schedule.
I love it, man. And I want to have a little bit of fun because I asked y'all this, and Coach said he had 2 guys, and I want to hear what they say too. But I got my captains up here, right, or my guys, but I know it's a lot of more y'all got that's not up here. Give me 1 or 2 dogs like that y'all been working with, like y'all say, like, bruh got it. Like, hey, bruh gonna be a dude. Like, who's not up here that y'all want to give some love to that people need to keep their eyes open for this year?
I'm gonna say Tavar Smith.
Ooh,
DB.
Yeah, DB. Yeah,
Class of 28.
There you go. Give him love. That's what Bloodhounds do.
Yeah. He get his mindset together, he get right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Stay focused on what he doing. He gonna be great. He gonna succeed. I can see it in him. Like, I can see that dog in him. Like when I see him play, like, I know he gonna step behind me. On that defense.
You better like that. That dog saw you real deal love on that one. You got one for me? Tap water. That's what they call it, tap water? Okay.
Did you say that you got to be an underclassman or
You know,
anybody
you see like that you just see every day, man. What he affecting the locker room? This guy got it. Like, he a dude, man.
I'm gonna say Chris Williams. Like, I go against him every day in practice. We head to head with it. Like, we working back and forth, getting each other better.
Chris Williams, DB.
Yes, sir.
Chris Williams. Okay. Chris slept on.
I'm gonna say Major McBath.
Ooh, I know he like that.
Receiver, I can really trust downfield. Just put it out there, let him go get it, and you know, Chris routes, all of it.
And y'all keep that mic, right? Because I want to ask this question too. As I told Coach, you know, this game right here this football can take you far. It really can. It don't matter what level you go to at college, man. Like, you gonna go and build lifelong relationships with brothers that's gonna be your guys, that's gonna be at your wedding and all of this stuff, right? This game can really affect you, man. It can take you far. But I want to ask y'all, I want y'all to tell the people, how has football impacted your life? You know what I mean? What has it taught you off the field? You know what I mean? Whether I said it translates to at the home, like, I'll take the trash out, mama, you need help with the dishes. That leadership qualities translates outside of the football. Hey, bro, we ain't doing that knucklehead stuff this time. I can't go out this week, bro. I got workouts. I can't go to that party. I can't, bro. Like, football can change your life, and it can change how you move as a young man. You're going to look up, you're going to be 21. You're going to look up, you're going to be 28, like me, fast. It was yesterday. I was in the same position. But this stuff, it helped me focus, fast, quick. Of course, stuff go on in life, but the game, love the game, bro. Talk about how the game has affected you, not only on the football field, but just in your everyday life, man. How has football impacted you?
Football has impacted me in many ways, from leadership qualities to discipline qualities to all of that. I've been playing since I was around 5 or 6, and I haven't stopped since, and I don't plan on it.
Go ahead, young man. I'll pass it. What's football taught you, man? How's it impacted your life?
Football taught me how to keep my head on right.
There you go.
Stay out of trouble, like stuff like that.
Yes, sir. I like that. What you got, Captain?
Football, yeah, pretty much what he said, keeping me on the right path.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Keeping me from the outside, you know what I'm saying, from the streets. You know, I grew up, like, in the streets.
For real.
But, like, I got to change. Like, I got to go play football and do something productive, because if I be the productive one, I'm going to be the one feeding the streets later on.
There you go.
You feel me? It's like feeding the neighborhood.
That's a Polk County answer if I ever heard it, boy. And of course, man, I can't talk about all of that and what translates to the classroom. For all you young men watching, you can't do nothing that you want to do if you don't control them academics as well. That's a huge part of this whole thing. So I want to ask one more thing, man, because you guys are in this program, as I said, Polk County football is just really unique, right? From all the programs that we have that's pushed out hundreds of goddamn athletes. But for y'all,
We big on brotherhood. Like,
Yeah.
we do stuff with the team every Thursday. Like, we go to the church.
Okay.
Like, do fun activities with
I
the
ain't
team.
know- okay, I ain't know
Getting
that.
us, like, getting used to each other, getting to know each other a little more.
Yeah.
Like, getting to know what's going on at his house, what's going on at his house, just getting to know him.
Thank
like,
you.
making sure he ain't going through nothing. Like, you can call your brother.
Yeah.
If I need something, he got me. You know what I'm saying?
That's huge.
It's big.
You
on
got to know you can
brotherhood.
rely on your brother in line of fire, bro,
Yes,
for
sir, for
real.
sure.
When we down 10 in this fourth quarter with 5 minutes left,
Yes, sir.
you gonna fold, bro? I got you, brother. Let's go get a turnover right now.
Yes, sir.
Speak up, baby. What's up, man? What does it mean to be in this program, brother? For real. What separates Auburndale, bro?
I'm gonna say Auburndale separate the program here separates from everywhere else because like we got a coaching staff and head coach that wants it. So that's badass players. Like they gonna make sure everybody working and getting better.
Thank you. I was gonna ask y'all that too, talk about the main man right here, but I know y'all feel the same way. What separates this program, young man, being an Auburndale Bloodhound?
Going off what Chazi said, the brotherhood of it. You know,
Brotherhood.
one day, like Wednesdays, competition Wednesdays, we go board drills, 2-minute drills. You could be bumping heads, offense, defense the whole day. And you feel me? The next day, back at the church, you know, doing team activities, doing the brotherhood all over again.
That's special right there. I done went through the whole script. When I asked everybody individual questions, I will let Coach Thomas close this thing out, man. Let's let Coach Thomas close this thing out. As I said, this is my first episode with the program access. I want to take this thing far, but I had to start with my guy, my brother right here. You see the access he gives me, the hospitality, and the love that he has. We talk on the phone a lot. You feel me? So I wanted to come here and highlight this brother. He does a lot for the kids, but close this out, man. Year 3, but I know you got a lot to go. Close us out with, what's your goals, man? What's your goals for this program? What do you see this program? It's tough to look 5 years ahead, but hey, we're human, right? I lay my head on it. I want to see where you want to be, national, whatever. What's the goal for this program and for you, brother, individually?
Well, my number one goal is for all my players to graduate. You know, that's big. And then, you know, my second goal, obviously, you want to win football games, but it's just to really see each and every one of these guys, you know, get better, you know, and just be better people, you know, for this world. You know what I mean? I feel like I owe the city and everybody that's in this organization at Auburndale High School, you know, a great deal, you know, that I make sure these guys are the best people on our campus.
Yes, sir.
And, you know, that's really the goal, you know, just to see these guys continue to develop as young men and become better guys.
Yes, sir.
Long term. That's the main goal. But football, you know, we gonna do what we gonna do. And
You better say it.
I'm gonna just be real. We ain't shying away from that because we know it come through our
Embrace it.
district. So
Embrace- oh, yeah.
we in the fire, so we gotta step
tough.
to it. So,
Look, they know.
yo,
There's some tough games
we
coming.
ain't gonna shy away from that. We know what it is, so
Okay.
we gotta come get it.
Okay.
That's what it is.
Y'all ready?
We more than ready.
Ooh.
We more than ready. We been
That's-
training. We ain't stopped training.
That's hey, I didn't got no more. My dog just came out smiling. That's
Nah, we know
episode
what it
1
is.
for y'all. That's the Bloodhounds, that Polk County energy. I hope y'all enjoyed this one. That's the rundown program access. I don't know if you got to hit the like button or whatnot. Make sure y'all shout these kids out, coaches.
Slide to the down, man.
There you go, man. Much love, y'all. Hey, y'all throw it up for y'all. My dog. Peace, man.